Guys, what's going on, Ty Squad? What's going on, everybody? So, how are we going to remember this Team USA, this Revengers team? How are we going to remember this team? And how is this team going to go down? I think this team, when you look at it, you can say we won gold this year. We won gold this year against against France. Like it took Steph Curry time to get in the rhythm, and I think we have to start putting Steph Curry, LeBron James, and Kevin Durant, that duo, in the conversation with Michael Jordan, Magic, and Larry Bird, and Kobe, and the great Kobe Bryant, and um, D Wade and LeBron. That Team USA conversation, because we're probably not going to see LeBron James, um, LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant on Team USA in 4 years, in the next 4 years, in 2028, whenever the Olympics is. But in 2028, when the Olympics, in the Olympics, because how are we going to remember this team? This team could go down as the best super team ever. Like I said, this team could have gone 82 and 0 in the NBA if this team that we saw like 82 and 0, you had different guys sacrifice, sacrifice. Like we didn't had sacrifice shooting the basketball. You had guys sacrifice minutes. You had guys coming in, coming in. Like we had Derek White come in after Kawhi Leonard drawn out of the Olympics. We had Kawhi Leonard, Kawhi Leonard. We had we had Derek White come in for Kawhi Leonard after he drawn out. I think that was a bad pick. I think that was a bad pick because I'm just going to say this. I think that was a bad pick because when you look at Kawhi, Kawhi played 40 games, and sat out the rest of the season. So I wasn't shocked that Kawhi Leonard dropped out of this team, but this team won gold without Kawhi, which Derek Derek White was a big part of that. Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards, Steph Curry, LeBron James, Embiid got booed. And let me tell you this: What are you guys that going to say about different players want to play for not their country? Because I think that was kind of like I get the whole part of Embiid getting booed, and I get the whole part of Embiid getting booed just because he didn't want to play for his own country and he wanted to play for Team USA. Like, you can't get mad at somebody for choosing to do something like that. Like, you can't get mad at somebody to choose to. You can't get mad at somebody that chose to play for a country that he really liked to be in. And I get that when players get booed, that's a part of the game because players get booed a lot. Players get booed a lot. And I think I think what are you going to say now that Embiid got a gold medal with Team USA? What are you going to say there? I think people are going to be people should not boo somebody that chose to play for a different country just because they like being there. If they want to play for their own country, okay. But if they don't want to play for their own country, that's their decision. But I get the whole point of Embiid getting booed the whole Olympics just because he didn't choose to play for his actual country. But back to how we will remember this team. We're going to remember this team because in in 2028, in 2028, there's going to be a different Olympics team. And like I said, we're not going to see Steph Curry. We're not going to see LeBron James. We're not going to see Kevin Durant because LeBron said that it was his last Olympics. And I think when you look at it, you got to say that LeBron did all that he did. He didn't make the playoffs last season in the NBA. So LeBron did all that he did for Team USA. We have to give credit to credit is due. Like LeBron was the ring bearer, was the flag bearer for Team USA. Like we have to give LeBron, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and this entire Team USA credit because they brought home the gold. They brought home the gold. And Steph Curry did show up in the Serbia game, in the semifinals game. It was a Steph Curry show. Like he had 36 against Serbia. I don't know why it took that long for Steph Curry to show up because he had a good showcase, a good Olympic showcase, but he didn't have. It took him time to show up, but I can see why it took him time to show up. Um, but it was just the Steph Curry show. It was just the Steph Curry show after in that win over Serbia because we beat Serbia twice. We beat Serbia twice, and I think we beat Brazil. We beat Brazil in the other game, and then we faced off against France. I'm just going to say this. This team has to go down with the dream team, with the redeem team. And I know that people are going to look at like Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr is not going to be the coach anymore for the Olympics. Steve Kerr is not going to be the coach for the Olympics for Team USA anymore. Um, that's a big question. Like, who's going to be the team for Team USA? Who's going to be the coach for Team USA? Is it going to be Ty Lue? Is it going to be Eric Fulcher? Because we know that LeBron, Steph, and Durant's going to not be there. Durant had a amazing Team USA um, Olympics game. Like you have to give credit where credit is due to Team USA. Like this team will go down to the team. Yes, everybody's going to look at why Jason Tatum didn't play against Serbia, and I said this. I said this. Jace, you have to have either two guys or three guys ready to go, because not everybody's going to get to play. Everybody's not going to get to play. So you have to have two or three guys ready to go. And Steve Kerr knew what he was doing this whole Olympics. And I'll give Steve Kerr a lot of credit. But I think Team USA is going to miss Steve Kerr being the head coach. But now it's time to find a new head coach. But I definitely, for Team USA, I definitely think when you look at this roster of, like, we had Embiid, we had Bam, we had Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Anthony Edwards, Devin Booker. When you have certain guys like that on a team, you basically can't lose a game. Like, this team could go 82-0. But how could we remember this team? How could we remember this team? How could we remember this team as the best team ever? As the best team ever. Like, we're going to say that about the Dream Team, the best team ever. We're going to say that about the Redeem Team, the best team ever. We have to start putting that in the category. The top five greatest point guards on my list. Now, this is my list, guys. This is my list. The top five greatest point guards on my list. Number one, number five, Jason Kidd. I'll tell you what, Jason Kidd was a good playmaker. He got his teammates involved. He could shoot the ball well. He had a Jason Kidd played with a lot of good players. He played with Dirk. He played with Dirk Nowitzki. He played with Dirk. He played with Jason. He played with Richard Jefferson. He played with Richard Jefferson. He played with Vince Carter. Um, Jason Kidd was a good playmaker in the NBA, and he won a championship with the Dallas Mavericks. What can you say about Jason Kidd? I got him number five. Number four, I got Kyrie Irving. I got Kyrie Irving, number four. Kyrie Irving has the best handles in the league. We have to give Kyrie Irving a lot of credit. He hit the biggest shot in Game 7 of the finals. In the Game 7 of the finals for the Cavaliers, that brought home the Cavaliers their first NBA title and made the finals this past year. We have to give him credit where credit is due. So that's why I got Kyrie Irving at number four. Number three, I got Iverson. We do not talk about Iverson a lot. We do not talk about Iverson a lot. I think we need to start bringing Iverson in the conversation more of point guards, of all-time greatest players. We need to start putting Iverson in that conversation. He had a 48-point game in the NBA Finals. Put the Sixers in the NBA Finals. What can you say more? We need to talk more about Iverson. But guys, that's why I got Iverson number three. And number two, Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson, five championships, played with James Worthy on the Lakers in the 90s, had Brian Scott, had Brian Scott, had James Worthy, had Kareem, Magic Johnson played center in that NBA Finals. I'm going to say this: Magic Johnson has to be up there on my list of great five, the greatest 5 point guards. So Magic is up there as the number two. And number one, Steph Curry, the greatest shooter ever, the greatest 3 point shooter ever. Steph Curry, the greatest 3 point shooter ever. Broke Reggie Miller's record, has 4 championships, been loyal to Golden State, played with Kevin Durant, played with Klay Thompson, still playing with Draymond Green. Steph Curry has to be on that list, but on my top list as number one. But guys, sub if you're new and never give up your dreams. And I hope all of you guys are safe out there. And I hope all of you guys are safe out there and stay blessed, everybody, and peace.